Hello lovelies, welcome back to the channel, to the already members of this community, and if you're new, also welcome. This is a perfume channel for women, and I've been away for a little while, and just because I went to Cannes for the fragrance show, so I've got some little insider things, like some new launches that I know about and that I've smelled that maybe I can like whisper to you a little bit about. But today's video is all about fragrances. I'm shocked how great they smell for different reasons. Every single fragrance has got a story. If you love fragrance content, subscribe to this channel so you know when the new videos come out, and let's jump into it. So following on from my trip, I went to Cannes for the fragrance show, and guys, I'm introverted. So this trip, I mean, maybe on my Instagram, it looked like it was just plain sailing, but it was so stressful. I was literally not eating anything. I'm just such a little chicken. I get stressed about absolutely everything. So I don't know how I survived because I didn't eat at all. But through this trip, I smelled so many fragrances, so many amazing new fragrances. But halfway through the trip, I think it's the stress and also the new food and so many fragrances. Like any fragrance I smelled, my stomach started turning. And when I got back, it slowly has started to come back to my normal self, and I've worn fragrances now since then. But this fragrance was one of the only fragrances I actually smelled and I was able to wear during the time that I was kind of like half and half, still like not fully, like I didn't want to touch any fragrances, but then I wanted to start getting back into fragrances. So I was shocked that I could wear this. There's something about this fragrance. Ever since I got it, I've been in love with it. It's Tender Light from Estee Lauder, from the private collection. I love magnetic cap, like you know me. And the scent itself, it's so light. It really smells like, the name is perfect. It's a gentle, fresh floral. It's like white florals, but very gentle. It's got something in here that makes it smell a tiny bit bubblegummy. It's so transparent, so calming, so elegant. There is just something about it that, because it smells so radiant and natural, it's a fragrance even for those days that you could kind of don't like any fragrances. And I'm surprised at myself that, you know, I'm usually into semi-gourmands, but this, I just keep gravitating towards it, and it was one of those scents that I could wear, and it's perfect to me. Like if you want an everyday work fragrance, this, it's amazing. It's really amazing because it's different enough that it makes you stand out, but at the same time it's very classy and elegant and non-invasive for every day. So yeah, amazing one from Estee Lauder. Next fragrance is the new Aesop fragrance, and this one I also got a little story about. I was surprised that it smelled as great as it did, because when I first got this fragrance, it's called Aesop, maybe butchering this, Eau de Parfum. But when I first smelled it, I was like, oh no, this reminds me so much of the L'Artisan Parfumeur fragrance, the one with the red thing. I think we still have the bureau of it. I have now sold it since, because that one, I loved the scent of it. I loved it in body products, but I just couldn't wear it myself. So I was like, oh, it's a bit too strong. This reminds me a lot of that fragrance, and I thought, oh no, I'm not going to be able to wear it. But actually wearing this fragrance, which is super woody, kind of smells like a church. It's very cold and like, don't talk to me, but in this like super powerful way. On the skin, it's much more wearable than that fragrance, and it goes to this like woody sandalwood that becomes a bit milky and just a bit more like pleasant, not so cold when you wear it. So I'm surprised that this actually is very wearable. For me, I actually get to have this like super woody fragrance that I loved in the L'Artisan. Like I love that DNA, but this makes it wearable for me. It's a super unique fragrance, very like woody, I would say very spa-like, something completely different. So if you love something super woody, not much sweetness, just straight up powerful, then try it out and see what you think. Let me know if you've got a similar story of maybe a fragrance that you're surprised that you actually now like it. Let me know in the comments. I always love your stories. I love to chat with you guys, so leave me a little comment. And next up, I've got another story about this one. So this is a Roja Parfums fragrance. When I first visited the Roja Parfums London store in the Burlington, I think it's called, Arcade, I didn't like oud, believe me, I didn't like oud at all. So this, I knew it was one of the best seller fragrances, but to me, like, I just couldn't get it. I wasn't into oud then. And now, years on from there, the fragrance that I didn't like, now I suddenly really love, and it is Sweetie Oud from Roja Parfums. I mean, this fragrance is so magical. If you love oud, if you like dry oud that has got amazing fruitiness, it also smells of caramel. This also smells like fresh pastries, like croissant, like a super fun, indulgent fragrance that is gourmand, but with the oud and with a bit of like smokiness, makes it super regal. And this is a scent for somebody who wants to enter a room and just smell like an absolute queen. This is such a gorgeous scent, totally expensive. It also shows you that fragrance tastes also change. I think it just changes as you go along your fragrance journey. So try fragrances that you didn't like a couple years ago, because you might be actually surprised. Next up, we've got a new fragrance for me, and I'm surprised it smells that great, because I'm quite skeptical. I think because with the amount of samples I receive, sometimes I'm just skeptical about fragrances that there's not many that make me go, wow. I've got my specific favorites that I like, but this one really surprised me in a lovely way, and I just really like this brand. Atelier Materi. This is my new favorite. I mean, I'm obsessed. Santal Blonde. You know, guys, I love Coca-Cola, and the opening gives me Coca-Cola vibes. It's fizzy, it's citrusy, it's sweet. It's just so fun. It's a sandalwood fragrance with a bit of nuttiness with citruses. It just smells amazing. I just love fragrances that make me feel something and that are fun, and this one is very fun. And I actually have a discount code for you guys if you want to get any Atelier Materi fragrances on Twisted Lily websites, because I've got a special code with them, so you can use it. I'll link it down below. Or I also have one for their website, because I've asked them. So if you're struggling with shipping internationally, you can get it from their own website. But yeah, this is one of the brands that I think you should really note if you love niche fragrances, because there's many brands that come up all the time, but this one actually, like, their fragrances are different and good. So yeah, love this one. Next up, I'm surprised that I love this fragrance as much as I do, because this fragrance is a more affordable scent, and it is a Dialect Amber Infusion scent. This smells very similar to Baccarat Rouge, but you guys know that there's many Baccarat Rouge dupes, wannabes, but there's rarely a fragrance that captures the spirit of Baccarat Rouge, captures the quality, and this fragrance actually makes Baccarat Rouge a bit more fun, in my opinion. This fragrance I wore to have my nails done, and actually got a compliment for. It's super long lasting, and if you know Baccarat Rouge, if you love it, this actually has a marzipan note. To me, I can really smell a marzipan note, so it makes it more sugary, more burnt sugar, and also that marzipan note is really prominent. So I actually think this is a bit more fun than Baccarat Rouge, and also because of the price point, it's actually easier to like buy and wear, because you know Baccarat Rouge is really expensive, and this is like £39, I think, 39 or 37, in the 30 bracket, so super affordable. Came in a nice packaging as well. So yeah, I think they're doing a great job with Dialect. Also, like on the skin, you actually see the fragrance oil, so it's high concentration. I don't know how many percent, but you can really tell, and it's long lasting because it lasts like 10 hours on my skin. So yeah, super fun, perfect for every day. I'm surprised that fragrance that is so affordable is actually a really nice quality, and yeah, it'll be really fun for me wearing it over the winter months. I also got a discount code for you, 10% of the entire order with the code Monika with a K, not a C. So watch out for your autocorrect. And next up, a fragrance that I'm surprised that I love, because let me tell you a secret, and like, guys, don't tell Creed, but because I love Creed so much, but I love men's Creed fragrances a lot, and then women's, I never really, it's just, not grab me, but there's one that I was like, whoa, this one I'm glad to have, to own, to wear, because it's so good, and it's the Royal Princess Oud. I got a sample of this one and I remembered I actually liked it and went to an event with Creed and smelled it again, and I was like, oh yes, this is the one that I like. So Princess Oud and also Love in Black, those two are my favorite, but this, to me, there is something about it. Creed does florals a lot for women's fragrances, but this has got this like freshness, like cucumberness. It's also meant to smell really royal because red is like a royal color. They often have the robes and everything. So it's a powerful scent and it's so different. It's a floral, but it's spicy. It's an oud, but not your basic oud fragrance. It's not heavy in any way. It's like this woody spiciness, light oud that is just enveloped in like flowers. It's super elegant and regal and not your Arabic oud in any way. It's a very French oud. Love this one for every day. Super unique, high quality.